Hello children. Today I am going to make third video on the chapter The Ailing Planet for class 11th. We have explained up to this paragraph, as you could see, demand in the year 2000. Let you know the explanations of rest paragraphs, and I hope every student will be attentive and focused for the text. James Speth, the president of the World Resources Institute, said the other day, the president of the World Resources Institute, whose name is James Speth, he says on another day that we were saying that we are losing the forests at an acre a second, but it is much closer to an acre and a half to a second. We are saying another day, he says that we are losing the forests with the rate of an acre a second. Means an acre is being destroyed in a second, but it is much closer to an acre and a half to a second. This is the normal steady and ratio of losing the forests, that is an acre in a second, but it is much closer. There is no doubt that this is much more closer to an acre and a half to a second. Means it is going to be increased. The ratio of losing the forests is going to be increased by half. Okay. Next, Article 48A of the Constitution of India provides that the state shall endeavor to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forest and wildlife of the country. Article 48 says, that is the article of our Constitution, India. This provides that the state shall encourage, endeavor, it is the synonym of encourage or just to motivate them to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forests and wildlife of the country. And we should also encourage the safeguards who look after the forests and wildlife in the country. We must encourage both all the people, all the states, as well as safeguard to protect and look after improving the forest and wildlife of the country. But what causes endless angst is that fact that laws are never respected nor enforced in India. But this is the great problem in our country, that endless angst is the fact that laws are never respected or nor enforced in India. We don't respect our laws and regulations, rules, constitutions. We always go against it. We do not follow the articles and our constitutions. And it is not enforced or forcibly followed or it is not given any type of pressure to the Indians. For instance, example, the constitution says that casteism, in which we argue about the castes, that he belongs to this caste, I belong to that caste, and just the fever of casteism and untouchability and bonded labor shall be abolished. Means such scheme in our country must be vanished and abolished, must be underestimated. But they flourish shamelessly even after 44 years of the operation of the constitution. It has been 44 years when our constitution was constituted, and it was forcibly enforced in the India to be followed. However, its success and achievement is not appreciated. Means constitution says so many things: casteism, untouchability, bonded labor. It means we enforce and forcibly say someone to do hard labor for wages. This is called bonded labor. Shall be abolished. I mean to say that it must be finished. It must be ignored. But who cares of it? Nobody is there to pay attention and follow all the constitutions of laws, regulations, rules, and articles. Because there are so many things that has been strictly prohibited in the constitution, but shamelessly it is going on and flourishing nowadays. Next, a recent report of our Parliament's estimate committee has highlighted the year catastrophic depletion. Means depletion, destroyment in the present state is also the destroyment for the future. I mean to say, if we are destroying, if we are hurting or disbalancing the balance as well as processes and metabolic and vital processes of this planet, it is durable and harmful for upcoming generation also. Of India forests over the last 4 decades, we are destroying the Indian forests over the last 4 decades, and this is catastrophic depletion. Means the depletion, the destroyment which happens in the present as well as affects the future generation. India, according to the reliable data, is losing its forest at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. According to the reliable data, which is real and must be believed, it is believable that our India, we are losing our forests at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. Means we lost at least 3.7 million acre of our forests area in a year. Large areas officially designated as forest land. According to the map of our globe, large areas have been designated as forest are already virtually treeless. But when we go to the spot to watch and investigate about those areas, these areas are treeless. There is no tree, but it has been designated as forest in the globe or on the land. This is the problem in our country. Dear students, through this paragraph, the narrator wants to give a message to be aware for losing our forests. If we are losing forests areas in our country, it would be resulting destructions as well as catastrophic depletion in our country. It is harmful for us in the present state as well as for the future and upcoming generation. The actual loss of forests is estimated to be about 8 times the rate indicated by the government statistics. The actual loss of forests is estimated to be about 8 times. This has been estimated 8 times that the rate indicated by government statistics. According to the estimate of government, our country has lost a lot of areas of forests, and it has been warned and reported 8 times by the government statistics. Let you know the next paragraph of this chapter. A 3-year study using satellites. Dear students, a 3-year study using satellites. I mean, the scientists and the people investigated 3 years with the help of satellites and aerial photography. Aerial photography means they were capturing photographs of the areas, and it was conducted by the United Nations, USA, America, USA is known as America, United States of America, warns that the environment has deteriorated so badly that it is critical in many of 88 countries investigated. Out of 88 countries, many countries have been investigated, and according to the survey and studies, USA, the committee warns that environment has deteriorated so badly. This is being destroyed and ruined so badly, and it is not justified and as well as balanced for the present state and future state as well as. There can be no doubt that the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors distorting the future of human society. Undoubtedly, we could say the growth of world population is one of the strongest and biggest factors which is distorting and destroying the future of human society. Increasing population is always dangerous for a nation. Dear students, I hope you understand well what I want to say. We must think about our population. We must reproduce only that much children if we are capable of it. Means according to our potential, we must think about the increasing population of our country, because it is always dangerous and harmful for the management as well as forests, because if we have many children, they need shelter, they need clothes, they need foods, they need joys and pleasure, and it has better to look after them every with every facilities providing them, and this is our duty to look after our every children. But if we do not have enough money, we can't manage everything for them, like education, clothing, shelter, fooding, and all. So according to the survey, population is increasing so fast, and it is the biggest factors, I mean, of factors restoring the future as well as human society. It took more than a million years to reach the first billion. It took mankind more than a million years to reach the first billion. Means there was not a great span or period of time that took to be first billion. I mean, talking about population of the world. It means it did not take a long period of time to reach first billion. Means population has become first billion. There was the world population around the year. I mean to say that the 20th century has added another 3.7 billion. But when it was investigated in the 19th century, a second billion was added. Means the whole population of the world has reached to 2 billion, and in the 19th century the investigation was adding another second billion, as well as when it was investigated and studied in 20th century, it added another 3.7 billion of the population. So the speed of increasing population is so fast. The present world population is estimated at 5.7 billion. It means the ratio of population and its increasement is every 4 days the world population increases by 1 million. Wow, oh my God. What a great and challenging task for all the human being and this world. Means after 4 days, there would be 1 million more population in the world. How is it possible to manage the land, shelter, clothing, and every resources? I think all the resources of India and the world is not enough for the upcoming generation. We are scorching a bad planet as well as a bad atmosphere for our upcoming generation. Fertility falls as income rise. Now the video is going to be more and more longer, so that's it for this video. Keep learning.